This video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm trying to think which light is better. Ooh. Bring this closer. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Thank you. Thank you for the compliments. I appreciate you. Oh, unofficial, unauthorized, authentic. You haven't been here in a while? I've been doing lives every week, baby. King exclusive. Oh, Lord, child. Someone said thoughts on Nicki Minaj in her speech. I didn't watch the speech, so I have no thoughts on it. I don't pay attention to that stuff, child. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it is nice on my skin, isn't it? And then you see the little orange feather earrings too to go with the orange, honey. And then it just accentuate with the hair, with the flame hairs. Yeah, baby. How y'all doing? I seen what you posted. I've been seeing birds like cray. Make sure you guys check out my stories because that's where I'm posting up all the different things that are going on with the weather. So make sure that you guys check that out because it is getting very serious out here, which is why I titled the live Divine Judgment. And these things must happen for the fall to take place. Okay? Feeling expansive, lighter than ever. Hey, Celessoteric, how you doing, baby? Going to get my workout right now. Helicopters flying over my house today. You got to encrypt your energy signatures, baby. You got to encrypt your energy signatures. All right, so I'm going to launch a new course called Self-Defense Part 2. So I'm going to show you Part 2, how to defend yourself by giving you guys certain protocols on what you need to do to make sure your energy is protected, Make sure your energy is not detected, because a lot of originals are coming online. And if those helicopters and those planes are flying over your home, it's because they're detecting that you're coming online, that your frequencies are getting much higher. But now it's going to be a problem. And I'm going to explain to you why. Okay? Someone said, who has been very hungry lately? Hey, goddess. Oh, so if helicopters flying over your house too? Okay. All right, guys. So let me put you guys up on game as far as what I actually can share with you and tell you, which is actually good news. Okay. First of all, Gaia is officially now operating at the highest frequency that she can operate in. Some things have taken place over the last few nights and days. There has been a lot of uplifting of artificial grids all around the entire planet that was placed there by the Greys and the fallen Anunnaki. That being said, everybody on the planet, even those who are not vibrating high, and I feel sorry for some of y'all, because those y'all who did not do the active healing, you guys are going to feel it the most. Okay? And it's going to be very intense for y'all. But for y'all who have been doing the work, it's going to be a blessing for you all. Okay? Now, the earth has new frequencies. There is a lot of energy waves that are sent on different parts of the planet. That is Gaia that is doing this. This is not anything, okay, artificially done. The sun, the destroyer, Nemesis, has got the call. He's bringing down the judgment. I'm telling y'all right now, and I want you to listen to me very carefully. There's going to be a few volcanoes that's going to erupt inside the United States. You guys better take a hard look at Mount Rainier, because there's some serious pressure that's building up in Rainier right now. There's another volcano that just went off over in Indonesia. I think the name of the volcano is called Semeru. That shot up a 56 foot or something, or maybe higher than that, plume. It's all over social media now. Okay? You guys better pay attention to all the earthquakes that's currently taking place in California right now. There are swarms of earthquakes that are taking place out in California right now. Now, if that fault line cracks, and I'm saying if, I'm not saying it's going to do that, but if that fault line cracks, we're going to feel it all the way down here in Mexico. Because that fault line runs straight through Puerto Vallarta. It's going to be very powerful. It's going to be very devastating. The lands are shifting right now, even as we speak. The sun is kicking out a tremendous amount of energy onto the planet. This is nothing for you to be afraid of, originals. This is nothing for you to fear. I already told you in my previous live that the sun is going to continue to do this, but now it's not just the sun. Now it's suns. And it's Gaia. And it's Agayu. Agayu in Yoruba tradition is as the name of the volcano. So Agayu now has also been called to bring down judgment. The lands are going to split. There's going to be a lot of tectonic plates and land shifts What up, fam? This is really an exciting time for everybody involved right now. This is really an exciting time for all of us because it is time for everything to fall. Now, do you guys remember when I put out a live probably about a month ago? And I'm actually going to have my video editor find that clip when I spoke about how the stuff about the Epstein files was going to come to light in November. I said, and Trump's going to be done with in December. And now look what's happening. All the emails are coming out about him. They're coming out in a way that they couldn't suppress via the emails. And the victims are just dumping stuff all over the internet now. And now the Senate has voted to pass a law to release all of the files. Trump, that whole administration, that clone, whatever the hell that is over there that's pretending to be president, they're done. That's a wrap. Now, I also told you guys about being prepared to start learning how to read maps. Be prepared to stop depending on the digital world so much. And I also warned you guys and told you that these social media companies are going to start having problems. X went down yesterday. A couple of joints went down. And this is going to continue. Why? Because they can't withstand the sun. And there are sun beings that are coming out of the sun that are taking certain people right on up out of this planet, right on up off of this planet, right now, even as we speak. I showed you about the earthquake. Yes, the earthquakes are coming. Now, I did speak about, well, let me just say this. Several years ago, when I used to live in California, and those of you who've been following me a long period of time, maybe you guys will remember this, but this is back in my 2020 lives. I spoke about volcanoes going off out in California 5 years ago. Now, looking back on everything, I've learned, of course, that I was someone that was ahead of my time. I had the ability to see things and pick up on things, not realizing that it wasn't going to happen in that moment, but the vision was the vision. I find it to be very interesting that now Rainier is blowing, let's just say a lot of energy is building up in Rainier. There is a slow leak going on of lava with Rainier right now. And it's seriously building up very, very fast. I'm going to read you guys something that I think you guys will find to be very, very interesting. And I think I put this up in my, stories. There he is. You guys should check out this page, Mr. MBB333. I'm gonna give a shout out to this dude. I've been following him for a long time. Okay, I've been following him for some years, not just on his Instagram page, but also on his YouTube. I found him on YouTube, and then I found his Instagram. And I definitely keep track of him because he's one of the most legit people that keeps track of the things that are going on as it pertains to solar storms and weather, volcanoes, earthquakes, all that type of stuff. I pay very close attention to his page. Okay? And I'm going to read you something that he wrote that I thought was very, very very interesting. He said, let's see, he posted this when? Okay, that was 21 hours ago. Let me go to the next one. Okay. He literally posted 10 hours ago. The sun just sent us a major warning sign. Scientists confirmed that last week's solar storm caused a ground level event, the strongest radiation spike at flight altitude in almost 20 years. Neutron monitors around the world picked it up instantly. And look at what we've been witnessing at the same time. Strange sky pulses and ripple formations. Lights flickering across multiple states and countries. Unusually strong auroras showing up far south. And he's not lying about that because I told y'all I was seeing them in Mexico, which tripped me out. Schumann spikes hitting max levels. GPS glitches and cell signal drops. Animals acting off or restless. People reporting ringing in the ears, pressure, dizziness, sudden fatigue. It all lines up with this surge. And this wasn't even close to the biggest type of event the sun can produce, which means much larger ones are still possible. The sun is waking up and it's starting to show. Now I'm going to tell y'all, it's not that the sun is waking up. The sun been woke. The sun is bringing down judgment, as I told you it would. And it is going to intensify more. And I also told you that you guys are going to see things you've never seen before. I also told you that. Now, in the process of this, all types of glowing energy patches are appearing across the skies, all colors at once. And remember what I told you guys about how our skies, when back in the day, way back in the day in the ancient times, how our skies, you always saw aurora borealis in our skies on a regular basis, especially at nighttime. And during the daytime, you would see rainbows and all different types of beautiful colors all throughout the sky. That was the norm. It was very rare that you got a chance to see the skies pitch black. That was a rarity. Okay? That was a rarity. Well, now guess what? You guys are going to start seeing the beauty return back. Now, he speaks about this eruption. And I'm going to show you a picture of this. Look at this eruption. Okay? He said massive eruption just hit and the timing is unreal. The timing is unreal. Mount Semeru just erupted with a 54,000 feet ash plume. My bad. It's 54,000 feet. An enormous burst of energy into the atmosphere. And look what people around the world have been reporting at the same time. Powerful solar storms, radiation spikes, sky ripple waves, Schumann max outs. It's to the point now where the Schumann resonance doesn't even have anything going on. It's just a blackout. Tech disruptions, and I told y'all about that. Strange atmospheric behavior. People reporting ringing in the ears and pressure, dizziness, exhaustion, nausea, and animals acting off. Energy is building in the system both above and below. When the atmosphere charges up, the ground often responds. It's all happening together. You guys understand what I've been trying to tell y'all? And so in the process of that, originals, you are going to be coming online a whole lot faster than usual. You are going to be transforming a whole lot faster than usual. Some of you are going to be expanding a whole lot faster than usual. Now, here it is. Someone just said to me the other day, and I was tripping on that. So I said, I can't believe we're like 1 week away from Thanksgiving, right? I was so confused about that. I said, it can't be that far along. Well, we are, because time doesn't exist anymore. The only thing that's making time exist at this point is people's belief in it. But time doesn't exist anymore. It's been done. That time spell's been lifted. But as long as you live in a country who continues to keep playing with time and telling you to follow the clock and schedule everything according a certain way, that's keeping you under the time spell. Okay? But I know for me, it's completely throwing me off all the way across the board. Zeph! Okay? Now listen to this. This is interesting. Something big is happening, and it's no longer just one location. And the last 72 hours, we've seen Mount Rainier enter an unprecedented 72-hour tremor phase. So Mount Rainier has definitely entered the chat. A rapid earthquake swarms hitting California. Residents saying it felt like being hit by a truck. Mount Simru blasting a massive 54,000 feet ash plume. Global solar storms and radiation spikes. Schumann resonance slamming into the max. Strange skies, ripple waves, and atmospheric anomalies. Tech glitches and cell phone disruptions. Now, I haven't had the cell phone disruptions. I don't know about y'all, but I haven't experienced those yet. And thousands of people reporting ringing ears, head pressure, dizziness, exhaustion, nausea, and animals acting off. It's all happening at the same time. Now, how many of you guys are experiencing these ascension symptoms? Because that's exactly what they are. They are ascension symptoms. Okay? I'm going through it right now. My whole crown is rocking right now. Okay? There was some stuff going on with me with my crown yesterday, and that was a whole thing that I had to go through. And I was basically told that I had to get adjusted to these new energies that's on the earth. Okay? It's calmed down because it was coming in like waves for a second. It's calmed down now. Okay? But they told me, you're going through a lot of upgrades. You're going through a lot of upgrades right now. So I got to take it easy. Now, I was out exercising today. But they told me you got to take it easy until these integrations and these upgrades that you have going on, take effect. Because with this sun doing the things that it's doing, and then I have to, and that's all of us, I have to adjust according to what's going on with Gaia, because this is the planet that we live on. So remember I told you guys that you guys have got to spend as much time out in nature as you possibly can so you can get used to these frequencies that she's operating in. And it is going to affect your body. It's going to affect your mind. Okay? If you guys are experiencing headaches, if you're experiencing body aches and pains, if you're experiencing nausea, if you're experiencing that, that's also coming from the radiation, from the solar storms. Your body has to get adjusted. Your DNA has to upgrade. A lot of your DNA is upgrading right now to adjust to this energy on the planet. This energy on the planet isn't going anywhere. This is the reason why I told you guys that your body is going to go through a transformational process. And it has to, in order to adapt in the new atmosphere of the incoming new earth. Now, I don't know what you guys thought new earth was going to look like, babies. I don't know what y'all thought. But this is what we call the birthing pains. The birth process of the incoming of the new earth. You're going to see beautiful things. You're going to experience painful things. And this includes things you haven't healed from. Some of you guys are going to be going on crying spells and not even know why you're crying, because it's time for you to release that old dense energy you've been carrying around in your body for too long that you haven't healed from. Now, listen to this. Key Shock says, it's cold in New Jersey. I want to give up and I'm tired of living, honestly. Did you guys know that there's a program that the fallen Anunnaki is placed in everyone's body called Nothing to Live For? That's the program talking through that young man right there. The Biogenesis service is up on IsisWisdom.com. Make sure you go check it out. I know you've been feeling the great mothers because the great mothers are here as well, and they are assisting in the judgment big time. A lot of things are leaving and going out the window. A lot of things are being cleaned up. Who's calling somebody? What company you know is calling somebody at 8:30 at night? Outside been looking magnetic, very bright looking, how it would if you were on shrooms. Yeah, it's definitely looking like that. When I was outside walking the dog today, I like doing my walks in the evening time. And when I was outside walking her today, I was just looking at how beautiful the sky was. And I said, damn, it's really happening. I don't know about y'all, But I'm elevated at such a frequency where none of this stuff affects me at all. I'm embracing all the incoming changes. Okay. Salt baths are releasers. Yes, they are. And they're also good cleansers. Now, for those of you who don't live in a chemtrail area, right? Because I know they're back to spraying in the skies again. I give that another 4 more weeks before that comes to an end. Okay? I want you guys to understand that when I tell y'all there are some major people on the higher ups that's being taken down right now, and they're not talking about this. And I mean way up there. There's people that exist that are billionaires that you never even heard of before. You never heard of these people before. They're very quiet behind the scenes. Very, very, very quiet. You never heard of these people before. You never seen them before. They don't flash. They don't do any of that. You don't know who any of these people are. I call it the unseen hand. These are the people that move and shake and make things happen that you know nothing about. When I tell you it's going down, these are the individuals that have been keeping certain things running behind the scenes, and they thought that their asses wasn't going to get caught because they think that because they're hiding that can't be seen. You can't hide anything from judgment. You can't hide anything from the Most High. You can't hide anything from Source. You can't even hide from your own karma. Now, you have some witches out here that figured out a way to do what we call a destiny swap. But even that ain't even working as strong as it used to anymore. All the tricks that they used to do that worked in the age of Pisces is phasing out in the age of Aquarius, because those energies don't have a place in the age of Aquarius, nor do they have a place on this high vibrational earth that's coming in. So y'all love to talk about the flowers and the roses and the rainbows of the new earth. But have you ever heard anybody talk about the growing pains it's going to take for that new earth to come in? Have you ever heard anybody talk about it from that perspective before? It's not working. You're right. It ain't working. Y'all understand what it means and what you're going to see and what some of you may experience for the fall. If you weren't doing the necessary healing, if you weren't operating in direct alignment, if you weren't operating in flow state, if you weren't intentional in the things that you're doing at this time in your life, you need to be very careful in how you're moving. And if you're not present, you could miss out on a lot of stuff right now. A lot of stuff. Divine messages have been coming to you all in your dream state. And I want to deliver a message to you, to some of you out here. Don't question as to whether or not, if it was real or not. It was very much real. Divine messengers are going to be popping up in your dream state, giving you very good advice on things that you need to do at this juncture of your life. Recognize divine alignment when you see it. Because some of y'all have been sitting in spaces for far too long. And it's time for you to get on your job. Get on your destiny. Get in position. You don't want to be the person who's not in position when this thing really falls. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be on the wrong side of that fence. Now, I'm going to let y'all know. I told y'all about a lot of people leaving from here. There's a lot of people leaving from here. I had a lady reach out to me the other day, and she explained to me that the area where she lives at, she doesn't see any traffic anymore. She's like trying to figure out where all the people went. She goes, I don't understand what's going on. Where's all the people going? Where did they go? How many of you are having this experience right now, even as we speak? Let's see how present you are. How many of y'all are seeing less and less people in your neighborhoods, in your cities, in your town? How many of you are seeing less and less people? If you're hearing messages and you're forgetting them, it means that you're not present. Start writing down the messages when you receive them so that way you can keep a track of everything that's being said. Okay. Aaron the Buddha, what up, fam? It's been a minute. It's good to see you, bro. He's saying he's seeing less and less people. Okay. Ooh. I am the shadow doula. Okay, sis. I noticed the public transportation is empty. Someone said not at my gym because they all be there. But the gym is only going to hold so many people, beloved. What? She said not at my gym. I said your neighborhood, child. Your city. What are you talking about, a gym? What? Stores are empty on the weekends and they used to be packed. I just noticed less people in my city. Yes, absolutely. I thought I was tripping. A lot of people are passing too, as I said they would, and they're going to continue to pass. More like seeing more simulated people walking around. Interesting at Wise Lid. Very, very interesting. That's an interesting take. I'm just talking about that couple. I was just talking about a couple weeks ago. There's not a lot of people on this planet anymore. Okay. I feel like I'm in a world of my own. It's been really weird and hard to explain. Sometimes it's awkwardly quiet. Many of those that I don't see, they are the ones that have FIFO. Protect up energy at that gym. In Chicago, there's still plenty of people. Okay. Now, let me put y'all up on game about this, because I'm about to blow your wig back. The higher up you go in timelines and the more dimensions you skip, the less people you're going to see. Okay? So what I'm saying is, depending on the conscious levels of the people, if they're still operating on the 3rd to 4D consciousness, they're going to see what they've always seen. If you have individuals that have been healing, because every time you heal and every time you help someone, you jump timelines. Some of you have healed so much, you've actually jumped dimensions. Some help came in a couple of months ago, and it's been coming in ever since to help the collective jump more dimensions. Some of you are operating at a 10th dimensional level of consciousness and don't even know it. Then there's some of you that are operating in a 7th dimensional level of consciousness, 5-dimensional level of consciousness, so forth and so on. So when you look at it from a consciousness perspective, remember, I'm talking about here. Now, if you understand that you're a multi-dimensional being, and you understand the lingo when I say certain words to you on the quantum level, if you understand that your brain is a quantum computer, which gives you the capacity to experience simulations, aka experiences, gives you the ability to expand consciousness, gives you the ability to raise consciousness, raise awareness. Okay, well, now you're not operating on the same level as you were operating before. Okay, so your reality is going to look totally different than someone who's operating in the same space. That's how this goes. Remember what I told you. Source is going to meet you where you are. Source is going to meet you on the level of consciousness that you operate in. And most of you that are operating in the third and fourth dimension, I'm going to tell y'all right now, most of you that are operating in those states or that have not taken the time to heal, you are operating in straight up and down simulations. You are experiencing simulations left and right. You are supposed to match Gaia's frequency by spending as much time in nature as you possibly can. And if you don't have the ability to match the frequency, you should have at least expanded to get to at least the 10th dimension in consciousness. How do you know when you're up there higher? Because you're not talking about the same things. You're not keeping the same people around you. The things that you talk about is much higher. The people that you're hanging around ain't the same folk. Them folks gonna walk up out of your life quick, and it might be painful when you experience that at first, but they gotta go. I literally did like this heavy bouts of healing, man. Like this, I mean, fam. I told my team that I was going on blackout mode. And they know when I say I'm going on blackout mode, that means I don't want to talk to nobody. Don't call my phone. Don't send me no text messages unless you absolutely have to send me text messages. And I literally sat still and I went inward for a couple of weeks, doing some heavy, deep down to the get down, shadow work, getting to them crevices and them areas that we like to really avoid. And let me tell you something. Best thing I've ever done. Best thing I've ever done. Because I've been doing this for quite some time. But in the process of that, I elevated tremendously. I jumped to more timelines. I jumped to more dimensions. And then I started looking around me to see what made sense to have around me and what didn't make sense to have around me. And I started acting accordingly. And I had to move people and I had to adjust them either out of my life or deal with them in a different capacity. Because I realized at the direction that I'm currently moving in right now, I have to move what makes the most sense for my highest and greatest good. It doesn't mean that the people that you're moving out of your life is bad either. It just means that they're at a point in their life and their journey that doesn't match yours. And that's okay. Everybody has their own path. Everybody has their own crosses to bear. Everybody has their own experiences that they need to go through in order for them to get to an understanding of or a level of where you're operating at. They got to go through them trenches just like I had to go through them trenches. They got to go through it now. The torch was passed to them. I got the hell on and be like, all right, then fam, I'll holler back. Y'all got it. I used to be where you are now. I used to be that person. I used to be right there. I'm not there no more. And sometimes that means, not all times, but sometimes that means that not only do you remove people out, but you've got to close the door on them. Because you understand your destiny, you understand your purpose, you understand the things that you got to do, and you don't have time to be playing around with folks that ain't operating on the level. And the more that I'm operating like this in this space, the further and further people are getting away from me. And I see it as plain as day. And that's okay. Because they still have their own journeys that they got to go through. Just like I had my own journey that I had to go through. I want you guys to feel comfortable in the experiences that you're having. Because every day is a learning day. Whatever you're out here doing, As long as you're learning something from it, that's key. There's no judgment. There's no pointing of the fingers. I'm just at that state now when one of the parts of myself, I can talk to my different bodies, right? And I was having a conversation with my emotional body. My emotional body said, "You are a being that is pure love." For some reason, when she said that, it hit different. Because that's not the first time I've heard that, but it was something different about the way she said it that night. It just kind of hit home for me in a different kind of way. It made me reflect back on my experiences with people. It made me reflect back on really observing. See, this is the thing. When you really do that deep healing, you see that unhealed state inside of other people around you. And you watch how they act with you. You watch how they talk to you. You watch how they treat you. And you reflect back about how you showed up for them and how quickly and easily they forget how you showed up for them. A lot of introspection, a lot of self-realizations coming in. I was like, oh, that's what that was. So y'all know how it is when them self-realizations come in and you got to make an adjustment in your actions. You have to make a complete judgment. It doesn't mean you love them any less. It just means that you love yourself more. What are you guys doing to prepare for this new world that we're coming into? What is your mission? Do you even know? Do you have any divine guidance? Anything that's guiding you along the way? Have you been communicating with your ancestors? $2,600 band says I'm last minute. This literally just happened, yes. Just cut ties with my childhood best friend behind exactly what you were saying. Hardest thing, but it was necessary. Did you guys notice a shift in energy when that happened? Because I'm going to tell you something about that. And it's really deep when you think about it. You see, people that are operating in unhealed states don't realize how much dense energy they carry within them, right? Because they're operating in it, they don't see it for themselves. But a person that's carrying around less dense energy than them will pick up on the heaviness immediately. And you don't realize how much that energy is blocking your blessings and blocking you from moving forward and blocking you in all different types of ways. And you're like, hold up. Now, I'm a person that's very prosperous, that I manifest anything out of thin air. Why am I having a hard time doing this right now? Well, I had to assess. Ladies and gentlemen, don't. Please learn your lesson from this. Don't bring people to your level that are not ready to be on your level. Don't do it. The dense energy is going to block you out and block you from receiving the things that you need to receive into your life. Friendship of 15 years, we ain't talked in 3. Crazy. Trusting and feeling from the heart space and not questioning out of uncertainty. Felt chills when I give her the oranges. And I'm also going to share something else with you guys. Stop overanalyzing every damn thing. When you overanalyze things, you sit still. Because you're too busy thinking in your head. You ain't spending enough time in your heart space. You're too busy in your masculine. You need to spend time in your feminine too, from a standpoint of creativity and tapping into how you feel and balancing out the two energies. Don't be that person that's just thinking but not doing. It's time for you to do. It's time for you to do, baby. It's time. You spend too much time thinking and not enough doing as it pertains to the steps that you need to take for you to get to the next level. If you don't come out of the overanalyzing, you will remain stuck. And you're only going to go as far as that. And that is a limited belief, and that is a self-limitation you placed on yourself. And you will not get any further than where you are. Gods don't live with limitations, baby. We don't operate with limitations. And we don't overthink. We create. We do. We don't procrastinate. We get to the business. Where are you at? Where are y'all at? What stage in life are you at? Are you overthinking? Is that what y'all doing? Because now is the time to start getting into the do. I am limitless. Affirmation. Yes. The minute I think of something, I automatically do it. Boom. Okay, someone gonna get kicked from my video. Goodbye. You don't come on my video playing stupid. You just get kicked out the live. Too much low vibration. That's how you have to do with the low vibrational people that come in and try to disrupt you, what you're doing. You just, goodbye. Practice that. So you causing dissension, confusion. Goodbye. And don't think twice. Don't second guess it. Don't go back and double back on it. Don't do none of that. Keep it pushing. There you go, Angelique. She said I'm doing less talking and more doing. Boom. I realized that I was overthinking when I was living in a loop. It was stemming from fear. Now I'm living in the space of love. Started to love myself. Someone said, reject the invitation. I attract everything and watch it materialize by keeping my frequency high and doing. Got rid of someone I've been friends with for 11 years on New Year's Day. Quit playing with me. You know, there's a lot. That's another thing I've been noticing too. There's a lot of changes going on amongst the masses. I think that a lot of people are starting to get the message and are like reassessing everything about themselves and saying, okay, what exactly did I create here? Because yeah, this isn't it. From relationships to business partners, all types of situationships. I see a lot of people that are switching out right now like crazy. And we're in the middle of a Mercury retrograde right now, whether that you guys realize this or not. We're in a Mercury retrograde while all this stuff is going on the planet with the sun and everything. We're in a Mercury retrograde. So there's a lot of people that's cleaning house, and I'm paying attention to that. I'm peeping y'all. Because there's too many of y'all out here saying the same thing. People that thought they were going to be in relationships with their forever, and then all of a sudden, some random thing just happens out the blue, and they end the relationship. You're like, wait, hold up, fam. I'm talking about marriages. Marriages, just all right then. Like, wait, what do you mean? What's happening? What is going on? I'm confused. I thought y'all was on the same. Nah, we're not on the same page. No, we're not. I'm talking about folks waking up out the blue like, yeah, one day I just woke up and just said, I can't do this no more. I've been living the lie my entire damn life. I can't do it. Something's pushing the people to start walking more in their truth. It's like they're being forced to do it. Or they're being pushed to do it. I lost everything this year to come back to self. Wow. Yes, I'm devastated. The marriage then went to jail. Like, was it? What? Yo, I've seen this with a few marriages I know, and I was like, wait, what? Yeah, it's, and you got cats out on the line announcing that they no longer with their wives and stuff. I'm like, wait, whoa. Hold on, player. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. What's happening, fam? You all right? You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing a lot of that going on online as well. Excel every day. I appreciate you. I was engaged and I thought this was the person of my life, and then he went to jail, and now I'm confused about was it even meant to be. Says he made it. You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like to me he didn't understand his assignment. It sounds like to me that he went off path. You was on path. He went off path. If he went to jail, that means there was some unfinished business that he needed to handle with himself. He wasn't on his path, baby. Don't internalize that as if you have something to do with that. That was his destiny. He made his decisions. He made his choices. Accept that for what it is. Heal from it and move forward. Y'all got to understand, man, that people are going to run out here. Listen, it's one thing to be in a relationship with someone. It's another thing to be in a relationship with someone that you are aligned with. There is a difference. If you get into a relationship with someone that you're not aligned with, your whole thing can be destroyed. That's why everything that you do has to be intentional. It has to be intentional, whatever it is that you're doing. And that includes relationships, that includes friendships, that includes business partners. Everything has to be intentional and should be in divine alignment. And some of y'all know damn well you're in relationships that you know damn well is not divine alignment. Some of y'all know this already. Now, the question you got to ask yourself is what the hell are you holding on to? Because as soon as you let go of that relationship or that business partner or that friendship that came to you that is not in divine alignment, this is when everything that is in alignment for you will start to come forth. And for some of you, it's already starting to come forth. It's already starting to show itself. But you have to be able to know how to seize the opportunity when it presents itself. Because the thing about this is what happens with people when they don't take advantage of what source is bringing to them. They lose out, and it may be another 10 or 20 more years before they'll ever see that or get that again. So everything that you do out here has to be intentional. How do you get into alignment? Flow state. Once you get in alignment, then you switch to flow state. And you just flow like a river or like the ocean. And you trust the process. And stay present at all times while you're in the flow state. That's how I was able to get to where I needed to go. Everything that I do is in divine alignment. Everything that I do is in divine alignment. Sometimes it happens so crazy, and I'll be like, wait, so this was, oh, okay, I see what's happening here. This is divine. Okay, yeah. Damn, that's crazy how that works. Sometimes things will be happening and you might not even catch it right away because you're operating in the flow state so much that things start happening and you're like, wait, why did this? Oh, wow, this is divine alignment. I see it playing itself out now. Okay. It's like that for me all the time. Okay, it's like that for me all the time. Thank you, Marissa Miller. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you guys appreciating my teachings too, man. I see some of y'all been elevating with me. Y'all that's been rocking with me, I see y'all been elevating with me. I've been peeping that about y'all. You guys are definitely doing your thing. I've been peeping y'all. Some of y'all be seeing in dream state. I be peeping y'all. Be intentional in everything you do. Stay in divine alignment, then operate in the flow state. That's it. Those three things right there are the keys. It's those three things. Those are the three keys. Those are the three divine keys that you need to know for this time period. And I do appreciate you guys for appreciating me. It means so much. Been watching you for years. This is my first live catching you. Oh, wow. Okay, Wise Lit. Thank you, Alicia the Beautiful. I appreciate you. You been seeing me in your dreams? Some of y'all are in my school, too. Some of y'all are in my quantum school. I be seeing y'all because I be teaching y'all in the school. I be seeing y'all students in the school. Wow, Purple Flower said, I've been rocking with you since you had your low fade. Oh yeah, you've been rocking, sis. You've been there for a minute, sis. You probably family. You've been there for a minute, sis. She said the low fade. I am Blizz Aura. I'm in your school. Okay. I met you 5 years ago and my life has changed drastically for the better. Haven't looked back since, not even if I wanted to. One of the realest out here. There you go, baby. And one of the realest out here is actually one of my cosmic sons. I think his name is absolutely funny. One of the realest out here. Yeah, that's one of my cosmic sons right there. I remember we did this meditation one day and I started jumping through different people's bodies. I guess it was past life bodies or something. You was tapping into your aspects that also have other vessels. That's a different conversation for a different day. That's called quantum jumping, baby. You quantum jumping. You have such a diverse class in the astrals. It's like being in the X mansion. Yes. Yes, that is correct. And it's funny because I get a lot of downloads and a lot of communication about what to decipher to the public. I just literally just put together like 8 new services, quantum services and stuff together. I just launched today. I haven't sent the email blast out until tomorrow, so people are going to be tripping when they see these new services I just offered. And I have some new quantum courses and some new quantum programs that I'm actually launching too. One of the programs has already been launched, okay? The biogenesis is a program. It's not a service. It's an actual program. And that thing is serious. What I would like to do, though, is I want to start training I'm going to start training people to be quantum doctors. I want to put together a quantum doctoral program because I think that's going to be very, very powerful. I actually found out that one of my aspects is a very powerful quantum doctor and very, very well known. And I did not know that he was my aspect until he told me the other day. And I was like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do this and this and this. And that's why I get that from you. Makes sense. But yeah, I want to put together a quantum doctorate program to teach everything quantum when it comes to healing, quantum healing. Because when I tell y'all, I got some programs on that site right now that's so serious, fam. Oh my goodness. Healing on a whole different level. Healing on a whole next level. Like multi-dimensional healing now. It's on some other stuff. Make sure when you guys get a chance, you log on to my website, isiswisdom.com. I'm going to do a shameless plug on my website. Yes, I am. isiswisdom.com. Make sure you log on to the website. Come check me out. Okay? Put a request in if you want the app, and I'll send the app to your email. You got chills when I said that? Okay, that's a confirmation for me. Been heavily into behavioral therapy, and I get deep with it. It'll be interested in that course. Yeah, that's gonna be sis. Ooh. There's some things I would like to say to you on here that I can't. But let's just say we're gonna sit down and have a conversation, and you're never gonna see autism the same way ever again in life. I'm just gonna say that. That's all I'm gonna say. You'll never see it again in life. The same way again. All right, guys, I got to get off here because they're putting a timer up on me again. Yes, isiswisdom.com. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all. And for those on YouTube, I'll be uploading this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Love y'all. Take care.